Hi guys, Calvin here again. Just trying to help people go forward in life, and I'll tell you a little secret. Something you probably already know. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Is that a secret? That's no secret, eh? We're all gonna die. But if we waste our time doing nothing, what's the point? We should try to enjoy our lives and go forward in life. Now, I always suggest a book. There's many really good programs out there, as like in this Myron Golden guy. I mean, he puts out some really good videos, and it's a lot of hype, and it's good. I mean, I'm planning on signing on now with the affiliate to sell some of his products, his books and stuff. And why not? I can add them into these video links, and possibly some money will show up. We'll have to eventually. But I don't really care. I do a lot of things in a day. As I say, it is very important that you have a book. When I was younger, when I started out, there was no internet. There was newspapers, and I mentioned this all before. And in order to get ahead, you had to do different things. And the information was not as out there as it is right now today, and things were not as available. I mean, when I started, I was looking to, maybe not make millions just to be a millionaire. I was looking for reasons, like ways to maybe escape this world. And, like everybody's looking for an escape. Everybody's looking for like you want a place private. You would like a place with no neighbors that you have to worry about making some noise, or them watching you over the fence, or making complaints about you. Everybody is looking for that. Whether it be an island in the ocean someplace, or your own little sanctuary, your own little place. I mean, even if you are in the city, which I didn't like the city. I always was looking to get out of the city, but it's your own place. And whether it's a room, or a house, or an apartment, or whatever you prefer, it's good for you. It's good for you. But anyway, I'm putting up little videos, and like I say, you're gonna die. I'm gonna die. We're waiting. We're waiting to die. But we should maybe try to set things up for a stream of following up incomes, to kind of look after the people after we're gone, and make our lives better and more entertaining while we're here. And if you're going to go through life hating what you do, hating life, if life is just a chore, and boring, what is that? Why would we do that? We can't. We should go forward. Anyway, like I say, I impress this all the time. It's a Duotang. Just get yourself a Duotang or a notebook. Best off with a Duotang that you can add a bunch of papers to. So these are the things. Okay, I go about a month at a time. So okay, March 7th to what's this? April 2nd. Okay, March is okay. So approximately, well, you can go a month or 2 months or something before you have to add paper. And then what I do is I just take out like the first parts, and I start maybe 3 weeks in or so, 2 weeks in, and I just add paper and continue putting new dates into the thing. And what it does is it keeps you going. Without a roadmap or a plan, you don't go nowhere. And when you find something that you want to do, that you want to promote, concentrate on that. That is, you don't make a big plan for some future thing. Obsession with going something or doing something and learning something, because we're always learning. We learn every day long, all day long. We have to do things and we have to learn. It was a learning experience since you were born. Yeah, you had to learn to cry. You cried to get attention. And what do we do today? We're doing the same thing. We make noise to get attention, to get what we want, what we need in this life. And so how do you do that? How do you do it? You do it, first of all, we get stopped in life, and life, we get fearful in life. And when you look at the at the news and stuff like that, yes, there are things going on all over the world, and pretty close to us too. Like these weird fires that are burning, and weird floods, like a tornado, a hurricane moving so far inland and washing people all out on the mountains, and But if we're gonna worry about that and panic about it and stay in fear, it just stops us. Anything that stops our mind and causes us fear is, it's not good to dwell on it. I just try to turn the TVs off, hear a little bit, just to be enough to be informed. And we can study into it a little bit, but we can't do anything about it. We can't change what's happening here or out there. If something does go wrong in your life, well, you know what? Then you have to do something about it. Then you run. But until the disaster happens or something, they knock on the door and tell you you're going into a camp, well, you just do things. And if you don't prepare now and don't put things in order, when things do go wrong, you do not have anything to fall back on. People die. Your partner dies. Oh, well, gee, they died. Can't talk to them anymore. How do I do what this person was doing? It's devastating to lose an essential part of your life. And partners that have been together for many, many years, it's very disruptive, very depressing, fearful, loneliness, anger. All these things come out when some disaster happens or some person dies close to us. So anyway, I'm just trying to put out these videos in order to bring people to awareness of what is going on. And like I said, way back when I first got into things, I started making lists like this, and I would track myself daily, all the time. There was no internet, so I'd get up and I'd make my 2-day list, and I'd track where I went. I'd get up in the morning, I'd get in the vehicle, I'd put the book down there, I'd put the time I left the house and where I went all during the day, who I talked to, what I did. And then I could look back and see, like when you turn the pages back in this book, you get ideas from things that you didn't check off, that you didn't do. It opens new ideas. And anytime you're watching something like this Myron Golden there, when an idea comes into your head, jot it down on your today's page. Just jot it down someplace. And it's a memory. It triggers things, so that, because if you don't write it down immediately, it goes away. It's not the same, as the moment you were enlightened. When you're enlightened, write it down in the book. So anyway, like I said, I did this when I was a lot younger, and there was no internet. There was newspapers. And one of my friends had this, I wanted to get going, and I got into business. I got into uh, repairing cars and stuff like that. And it was work. There was lots of chemicals involved, like which affected my health later on. But it wasn't quite enough. And then one of my friends had a program put out by Carlton Sheets. It was called No Money Down, No Down Payment, buying properties and real estate. So I got involved in that. Did that, and then I started buying houses. And monopolizing. You buy a house with borrowed money downs, and then you mortgage them, and then you got mortgages money down for the next place, and or working with people to get them to help you with the down payments. I mean, even my mother-in-law, she didn't have two nickels to rub together. She was so far into charge cards. She was renting a house. Her husband died, and she didn't really know what to do, and she couldn't afford the rent she was doing, and she was so far into charge cards that, And my friend, actually the one that lent me the program, he was trying to sell 3 houses for his boy so his boy could go to college. And he had this little house, and I forget what he wanted for it. And he was listing it, and I says, well, I'll tell you what, Bob. I says, how about my mother-in-law? Instead of losing and having to discount how much, taking money off, because at that time it was harder to sell real estate. Now it's gobbled up. I says, instead of you losing money, having to take an offer lower, I says, why don't you get exactly what you are asking for the property. I says, what you can do is, if you want, I says, my mother-in-law needs a place, and she needs a fairly, cheap place or whatever, a house. She'd like a house. So I says, how about you supply the down payments? You put it in my account. I will gift it to the mother-in-law. She will make payments back to you for that small down payment that she needs to get this property. And so he said, well, that's a good idea, because he would have to discount it anyway. He would have lost that money. This way, he's got a chance of getting it back, and he got the whole thing back over a few years. She made her mortgage payments, and she made this little payment. But the fact is, she amortized it over like 25 years, which she didn't have to. I think it was 20 or 25 years. And they consolidated all her cards into that mortgage. So she had just that, and her cards paid off, and her payments were small, and she had a house of her own with it had low taxes. It was a small house. It's a small house. She's still living in it. She's still alive, and I mean, the house is, I don't know why she didn't work it out to pay it off sooner. I mean, she just left it on this long-term thing where she still makes payments and just about done. But and there's next to nothing left there. And the price of real estate's gone up so substantially. Like, I mean, she could get $225,000 at least for that little house right now. And I think she paid like 30, 32, like maybe 27. I can't remember exactly, but anyway, and she's living, and her cards are paid off, and she actually saved money. She's saving money and living in her own house. And but anyway, we're all gonna die. So I mean, anyway, like I say, the most important thing is, if you're trying to go forward, I don't care where you are in life. I did these kind of things years and years ago, and then things started to pile up. I was sitting in Florida. I was 7 years. I'd go down to Florida, put a truck and trailer, and go down and sit in John Prince Park, or it was in Zephyr Hills, and then back in the Boynton area, and along the West Palm, and sitting on beaches and fishing. I took a boat down there, Bayliner I had in the canals, just starting off with the John Prince Park where we were camped. and I'd fish in there, and then I was out drift fishing on the ocean, and you do tours and all these kinds of things. But after so many years, you kind of get fed up with it, and I said, this is not really. I got tired of it. I got tired of being down there, going down there every year. What am I going down there for? To sit, nothing to do. And anyway, I got a little bit fed up with the whole life, and so I let go of this kind of stuff. I found a place out here. That's going close to 20 years ago now, and I just shut the business down because my health was being affected by the chemical. I just sold all the real estate. I shut the business down, whatever, and I just been living out here, and by doing just little things and keeping a number of small sources of income, I do okay, like as long as I got myself like $1,000 clear a month just for me for spending and playing whatever I want to do, which, how much can you do anyway? That's fine, And I didn't buy new vehicles because I was fixing vehicles all my life, so I just buy older vehicles and, you run them. And you run the heck out of them, back and forth out here. You got half an hour from town and somebody's going in every day. So, like buy a new vehicle. She's got a van that had like 80-something thousand click on it there when you got it like 3-4 years ago. It moved over 300,000 right now. And my truck now is at 240. And I bought it just a couple years back. Maybe a little 2.5 years ago or something, and it's running. Who cares? And I did a lot of things, even through this lockdowns and stuff. I did things for entertainment to keep my brain going. I built for us right in COVID. I built one good-sized greenhouse, and later on, I had built another one. I put together a great big homemade car tent because I didn't have a garage here and I wasn't going to get permits and stuff to put. So I built a great big, it's like a Quonset hut garage out of wood and tarps and stuff. It's nice. It does everything I want it to do. Got a wood stove in the other end. Got a side door on this thing. Everything, But, and then I went and... for my friend, he wanted a greenhouse in his yard. So we went and we got the scrap wood and stuff, and we built him a nice greenhouse too. I can include some pictures if you want. And I built a gazebo, a great big gazebo in the backyard on a deck we had there in order to have gatherings, even when it wasn't really permitted, but we did anyway. And I got involved with a club. Lockdown, basically, where you had to have passports to go in and sign these books and stuff. But we didn't go with what they said. So this place would allow us to come in, sit down there. Didn't ask a lot of questions, and so started. Took in a bunch of equipment. As you see, I got karaoke equipment, projectors, and there's amps and all kinds of stuff. We took that in there and started the karaoke. We brought bands in, which bands are still going. Saved that club too. And anyway, I'm just saying, do something in your day for entertainment. But it is the most important. This is my today's list here. This is my today's list. Contact Myron. I'm going to become one affiliate for selling his books. I'm going to do that, and edit some videos. What did I sell? Email. Okay. Marketing email. Kathy. This is a little mastermind we had put together in COVID, for doing different things. And going to try to move that back into position again and start having gatherings. It's important for people to deal with people. We need people. We can't survive in this world alone. You need to go to the grocery store. You need the hydro on. You need a roof over your head. You need food. So we need people, and by working with people, people are energy. I'm energy. You're energy. And simple thing is by even speaking to people. You talk to people. If you ask them to do something for you and they do it, that's free energy to you. That's them expelling energy to help you. So everybody has to work together. Anyway, I'm going to cancel this right now. I think I've went on long enough. I try to keep them, 15, 20 minutes long, maybe videos. But I'm going to try to put up something every day, and it's very important. If you don't have one right now, get yourself a book. It'll help you with your ordinary life. Your ordinary day even. If you just write down things that you did in your day, and things you didn't do. And then you can turn back. It's a diary. It's a diary. You can turn back and look at things you did and didn't do, and you can put them on your day's list if you think you can do them. If you can't, even if you write them in your day's list and you didn't do them, you don't put a check mark beside them. Anyway, it's getting late. Well, almost 11:30. Getting a big snowstorm today, apparently. And hey, Wednesday, hey, April 2nd, 25. That's pretty late to have this kind of a big snowstorm, 30, 40 centimeters. Okay, you guys, have a good day. Don't waste your life. Thank you.